Lads. Lads, welcome to a brand new match reaction on the channel. We've just been relegated from the Premier League. 6 games, 6 or 7 games, you could say, prior to, the last game of the season. It's really poor. 14 points. Being relegated on 14 points is so bad. So bad. We've barely scored any goals. I think it's 17 goals we've scored all season, which I probably couldn't even tell you all the goals that we've scored this season. It's really been a struggle, and that's only 17 goals. It's sad. It's difficult to take, but at the same time, it's a lot easier finishing the season rock bottom, relegated with 6 games to go, than to lose on the last day of the season at Bramall Lane with a packed house against a team round you like what happened last time in 06-07 against Wigan. That was shocking. That was horrendous. That was one of the worst days of my life supporting Sheffield United. This is bad, but it's nowhere near as bad as that. Obviously helps when you've got your mates around you and you're doing a watch along, because really enjoyed that, even though we've been relegated. However, we played quite well today, and I think it would have been easier to take today if we'd have played really poorly and would have got beaten 2-3, 4-0. Would have been like, oh, well, we are relegated now. But the fact that they played well all the way through the game, it's just difficult to take. And we got beaten by a typical Wolves goal on the break. Do you know what? I've got nothing but respect for Wolves and what they've done. I know they've bought a lot of Portuguese players. I know that a lot of people don't like that in this country, that we've got lots and lots of foreigners, but it happens in every team. Got a lot of respect for Nuno. Nuno's a great manager, and he always seems like a decent bloke, very respectable. I've got nothing bad to say about him. The only time that we've ever had any sort of malice towards Wolves was them beating us 3-0 at the Millennium Stadium. But at the end of the day, it wasn't their fault that they beat a poor Sheffield United side that day. Nothing against Wolves. And do you know what? If we're going to go down, I don't mind that it's Wolves. There's not really many teams that are bothered about us going down against. Maybe Leeds, maybe West Ham. They're the only 2 clubs. So with it being Wolves, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, let's talk about the game, shall we? I've written down a few things because it's always difficult to remember when you're doing a live stream. So I think we started really quickly in the game. We did. We were great. We were all over the place. We were in the best way possible, all over the place. We were closing them down really quickly. You could tell that every player was fighting and just chasing down everything for that badge. It was great to see. I really enjoyed the lads playing football today as well. It wasn't just that they were giving 100%. They were playing the triangles. They were getting forward. They were doing this. They were doing that. It was great to watch. I was really impressed. And it feels like, why can't we have played like this all season? Obviously, you can see at the bottom of the screen, there was no John Lundstram in the starting squad today. It's been a long time coming because Lundstram has been very poor for large parts of this season. And it's really, I can't believe it's taken the fans to put pressure on Heckingbottom for him to finally oust him from the team, because, he came into the press conference the week before and kind of backed him up after that atrocious Leeds performance when he wasn't tracking back for Osborne's goal. He was stood in the box and just didn't care, didn't want to get on the end of anything. I just don't get it, especially if he's trying to put himself in the shop window for another club to come in and sign him. He was out of the team, which I was very happy about. I don't care if there's 2 left-footed players in the midfield. I don't care, as long as John Lundstram's not there, because I honestly think that Osborne and Fleck played really well today together, and I also think every player played well today. Can't really have a go at him for the goal either, because it was a typical Wolves goal, like I said. So my only gripes with the attack was the fact that in the final third, I think that Brewster and Didsey were really poor in possession. You can't really have a go at Brewster because he's not really had too many games as of late. So it's difficult to say to a lad that's not had any game time, oh, you should have been sharper here, oh, you should have done this, you should have made a better decision here. Can't help it. Like, the lad has barely played any football this season, and you can't expect him just to come in and be excellent straight away. Brewster had a pretty tame effort, just go wide in the first half. Didsey in the box took a few poor touches, and when he could have taken one touch out of his feet and had a go. I think that the attack was probably our weakest point today, the two strikers, because they didn't do a great deal. I'm a big fan of Didsey. I think we're going to be a big fan of Brewster in the future. So I don't mind seeing them two, because for me, Didsey's got a big part to play next season, despite his age. I think that really Wolves had a few opportunities, nothing clear cut. The best chance that they the best effort that they had was Willy Boly. I think it was Egan knocked it onto the back of his leg, and it looped kind of past Ramsdale. And Norwood, to say that he's about 5'6", did so well to leap and get his head to the ball, to hitting the crossbar and coming out. It was brilliant. And it's something like that I think if Lundstrom would have been on that line, he'd have been like, oh no, I can't reach it. But Norwood just getting that header on that ball onto the bar, and then Ramos obviously really quick to just grab it and be like, yep, that's mine. I think Ramos had a bit of a poor save in the first half. The ball straight at him, and it kind of it was like a bar of soap out of his hands and then up in the air, and he just grabbed it. But it looked like at that point that the ball was going in the back of the net, because obviously where the camera angle was when the shot came in, it looked like it missed it, and then it got in the back of the net. But anyway, it didn't, and he grabbed it. We're all good. I thought Ramos had a really, really good game today. That's the only tiny, tiny little thing that I would say about that. It's not even worth mentioning it, really. It's just because it happened in that first half and not a lot else did. I think we really didn't have a lot to worry about in that first half from Wolves. Came at us a couple of times, and we did really well to defend against them. Let's be honest, it's not the best Wolves side we've ever played against. Probably wasn't even better than the Wolves side from the Championship, if I'm being completely honest. I think that they were really there for the taking, and I think a lot of teams on this day would have beaten Wolves. We're just not that team. We're just not good enough in attacking areas. And it's really sad, because let's be honest, we all watch football because we want to watch attacking football. And it's not been there. It's not been there this season. I think the way that Chris Wilder has built this club and this team is pass and move. And the only time when we create chances is when we pass and move, get to the byline or get into a good position to get the ball into that box. And last season, it was all coming off for us. Everything was working. Spirits were high. This season, not so much. We've had a lot of things go against us. We've had a lot of times where defenders have made poor decisions and we've conceded goals. Ramos has been poor first half of the season. But not just that. You can't really put it all on the defence, because we've not taken our chances this season. We've had a few poor decisions go against us early on in the season. But there's been so many chances this season where we could have taken the ball by the horns, scored the goal that we needed to, and built on from there. But anyway, we haven't done. We go into the second half, and I thought we were the better side for the majority of the game. But Wolves are definitely a team that kind of soak up the pressure and then attack. And they did it perfectly today. They soaked up the pressure from us, and really, if Ender Stevens would have put away that chance, Wolves would have never have scored. So we worked it down the right really well. I can't remember who put it into the box, but it kind of like it's one of them crosses where I don't know if he meant to find Ender Stevens or if it was just a poor ball into the box that went behind the striker, but it landed perfectly for Ender Stevens. And I've got to be honest, last season, he'd have probably smashed that in the back of the net, not even side-footed it. He'd have probably just wellied that in the back of the net. But he side-footed it again. He's done that quite a few times this season when he's got into good positions because he's just down on his luck. And he just side-footed it, and it was straight at the keeper. He didn't even reach the keeper. It was blocked. But if you watch it back, it was straight at the goalkeeper. So even if the defender wasn't there to get the block in, Patricio would have easily taken that, and they'd be on the break anyway. But yeah, it found its way to Adama Traore on the right, and you know what happens when Adama Traore is on the attack. You're not catching him. He's away from you. Saying that, he's not the best at delivering balls into the box. It was a good ball for the goal, but he caught us on the break quite a few times after the goal as well and did nothing with it. So yeah, it was a good ball into the box, and obviously it was swept in by William Jose, as you can see on the screen right now, in the 60th minute. Yeah, Enda Stevens not taking that chance, inevitably, we went and conceded from that. So it just feels like this season, it's been a really, really poor season. You can say what you want about, we're in the Premier League. It's not worse than when we're in League One or when we got relegated from the Championship to League One. But we're on 14 points with 6 games left. Unless we put 2 or 3 wins together, this is going to be one of the worst Premier League teams to ever feature in the Premier League. So we're going to hold on to that for a very long time if we don't kind of sort ourselves out in this last bit of the season. Looking at the teams that are above us, they've all picked up good points against big teams, and we've done bugger all. We've beaten Man United. We've beaten a poor Newcastle side that we actually played off the park, and we should have beaten 2-3-0. But that's just Sheffield United. We got quite lucky with a penalty. So, it's just frustrating. It's just really frustrating this season. And let's just hope that we put a few wins together in the back end of the season so that we aren't as much of a laughing stock and we go into next season not completely negative dressing room to be in. Anyway, let's go through the side. Obviously, as I just say that, the ticker goes right to the end. But we'll talk about Ramos first. I thought he had a really good game, like I said earlier, during that one that kind of squirmed out of his hands. But no, everything that he could save, he did, other than the goal. But there were 2 lads waiting in the box. He was never, ever, ever going to save that in a million years. Then we move on to Ampadu at right centre-back. I think he did all right. He got forward a little bit as well, tried to get some balls into the box. He wasn't that effective when going forward. I thought he did a good job defensively as well. Like I said, we didn't really make any mistakes in the defence. And I think we just got caught on the break, didn't we? But I don't mind that. I don't mind just getting caught on the break if we're going for it and trying to score goals. Then you've got the captain, Egan. Steady performance from Egan. Didn't do anything brilliant, but at the same time, didn't really have a lot to do in defence either. Kean Bryan, thought he had a really good game today. Really, really good block from Adama Traore early on, and then Stevens got fouled. Could have easily been a different story. Adama Traore could have got a shot in, or he could have had a kind of cross shot. But yeah, Bryan watched him all the way, watched him push it to one side and got that challenge in very, very good early on. And I think that gave him the confidence going into the game. Then we're talking about Enda Stevens, probably Enda Stevens' best game of the season. And that is shocking to say that because he wasn't that good based on last season's performances, but it was his best performance of the season. He was really good. He was like the Enda Stevens of last season. However, you've got to mark him down for the poor shot in the box that led to their goal. Should have put that in the back of the net. Side foot it into the corner, mate. Don't just put it straight at the goalkeeper. It's striking a ball 101. Baldock, he tried and he tried. Sorry, that's what you call it, a Stretford Paddock quote from Andy Tate, I think it is. He did though, Baldock. He tried and he tried. I can't say that without doing the Andy Tate impression. He did. He's that's Baldock for you every day of the week. Gives 110, 120, 50% every single game. And I love him for that. I really do. He's just in certain positions. I don't know whether it's because he's not got the confidence of last season, because he was much better last season. But you've got to say Bulldog's been one of the strongest performing players of the season, always puts 100% in. The only thing really glaring thing I remember of this season was the miss against West Brom. I think it was anyway. Other than that, I think he's really dug in. There's been odd things that's been his fault, but at the same time, I would never, ever have a go at somebody who gives so much effort into every game. Norwood, I thought, did okay. Obviously, very good. Flicking that volley kind of ricochet onto the bar for Ramos to save. That would have been in the back of the net. No problem at all. 1-0 down. And then we're really struggling. We're chasing the game, and then their catches on the break even more. So that would have been from the first half. So the rest of the first half and the full second half, we would have been chasing our tails and they would have been catching us. So well done for that, Norwood. Very good. Ozzy, just like the Arsenal game and the Leeds game, he's everywhere. He's brilliant. He hassles and harries and everything. He's brilliant at what he does. But at the same time, he was playing in more of an advanced role, I think, today. And I just feel like sometimes when he's in that advanced role, he kind of doesn't know what to do with it. There was one moment where he could have tried to play Didsy in, and he waited, and then somebody came in. They did foul him, and he did get the ball away, but it was a poor pass, and he just waited too long. I just feel like Osborne is a great little battler, but I'm not sure if he's got that little bit of quality needed. I think he'll be great in the Championship next season. Just not sure he would have been one for this season for me. But I love Ozzy. Brilliant lad, and always gives 100%. Flekke, I thought this was one of Fleck's best games this season as well. I think running through the team at will. He was picking the ball up and just running with it and just going. And I love to see that from Fleck. We've not seen that enough from Fleck this season. And the fact that he's barely trained this week to come in and put in a performance like that is just brilliant to see. And then finally, I think I've spoken volumes about Didsy and Brewster today. Brewster came off, which I think was a bit harsh. I thought he did okay. And I would have liked to have seen him play the full 90. But he came off. I'm trying to remember now. I think Ozzy came off and somebody else, probably Norwood, knowing Sheffield United. But Bogle came on, Moussa came on, Ollie Burke came on. Bogle obviously I don't remember seeing Bogle even touch the ball, if I'm being honest. I thought Burke, when he came on, he was direct. He was going at them. He had a lot more of the ball than I expected him to have, because it happens quite a lot when we're losing to a team and then they just sit back. So that completely neutralises Ollie Burke's pace. And that's the best thing about Ollie Burke, obviously. But I thought he did really well when he came on. I think Moussa, he obviously created a chance for Ollie Norwood really late on. So it probably wasn't Norwood that came off. But he hit a strike that the keeper just about saved. And then they eventually got it away. But that was great football. Really good football from the Blades, and just a pity that Moussa was offside. So if that would have rocked in the back of the net from Norwood, it wouldn't have counted. There was another one from Stevens as well, where he got on the right and he just flicked it past I think it might have been Dendonka, and then had a great shot with his right foot, which I don't think I've ever seen him have a right-footed shot before. And it was a bit of a rasper. Patricio made the save. It was going on target. It was going in the back of the net, but it was a good save. And that's about it, really. Moussa, like I said, did quite well to pull that ball back to Norwood, even though he was offside in the first place. I would love to see Moussa at Sheffield United next season. I just don't think he's on a lot of wages. I'm sure he's on a lot of wages. And it would look quite embarrassing, Moussa driving into work every day in a Lamborghini, in an orange Lamborghini, in the Championship. We don't want to see that. I love Moussa to bits, but I don't know. I just don't feel like he's a championship player. I feel like he's a big game player when he's on form. But yeah, anyway, let's move on. Let's get into some of the comments, guys. Here we go. Get your comments in now if you want me to shout them out. De Silva stood out for me. If you'd have seen the watch along, that was a bit of a gaff from Hal. He loves doing these little gaffs at the moment. I love it because he's just too perfect, Hal. You're way too perfect, mate. Good luck next season. Hope you come back up. Thank you very much, Wolfie Adventures. Hopefully you heard all the nice things I was saying about Wolves earlier on. I've got a really good mate who's a Wolves fan as well. So obviously I don't mind them too much. Sorry to see you guys go. Come back soon. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that, Mike P. Great watch along. Thank you very much. If anyone wants to carry on watching the watch alongs for the rest of the season, we will be there. Come rain or shine, me and Hal will be there commenting on the game and having a bit of a laugh. Good luck next season, lads. Thank you, Tottenham 1882. I'm guessing you are a Tottenham fan. I think a lot of clubs are liking us from last season. Hopefully, you don't just think of us from that being that really poor side from the Premier League from this season. Class comment from Nuno on Match of the Day. Paul, let me know what he actually said because I've not managed to see any of that. I've paused Match of the Day, lol, because I want to watch it. Fair enough. I love that. We should sell Bruce and buy Benzema. Yeah, definitely. That's going to happen. Good we didn't have Lundstram playing today. Possibly. You're possibly right. It's one of the things, isn't it? That's a great point. Great point, James. I didn't write that down. Completely forgot about that because everybody looked over that. Shocking decision. Ryan Brewster gave away a foul and also got booked for, I forgot his name, the Wolves left back stamping on him. That was a red card. In this current climate, that was 100% a red card. And really, if that was any other side against us, I'd been like, oh, that doesn't look very good. That could easily be a red card. And it should have been. That would have been a different game, a complete different game. Fair enough, I think Wolves would still have played on the break. But playing against 10 men for a team like us, that gives us that little bit of an advantage. And, we've really struggled this season for that little advantage. So... yeah, that was another decision that's not gone for us this season. I think VAR really does need to change. I think that if they see on a replay, even though the ref's giving it one way, VAR officials at Stockley Park should be able to stop that and say, ref, you've missed something here. Fair enough, you've given a booking to Brewster and you've given a foul the other way, but actually you've got that wrong. That's what VAR's there for. Go to the screen, check it out. You're going to have to send him off because it was a sending off offence. Shocking. That's the guy's name. Ike Nori, yeah. He was a good player, to be perfectly honest, but that was a shocking tackle. Absolutely horrendous. Really hope you guys come back in 2 years' time, hopefully 1 year time. We only need 1 year in the Championship and then we'll be straight back up, hopefully. This channel has been the only good thing about the season. Thank you, Matthew C. We've really put so much effort into the channel this season. We have done, we've put everything into it. Me, Hal, Bobby, Fans React guys. We've really put everything into it, and we're not going to stop here. We're going to carry on and carry on and carry on. Hopefully, we can keep building the channel, and we come back stronger. Hopefully, the players give us more to shout about next season, and it's not just loss. It would be great. Let me just block this user because you're not someone we want on this channel. Sorry, I meant 1 year. No, I get that. I thought that's what you meant anyway. Norwich got promoted as well today. That was not what we wanted to see because we've had our dealings with Norwich in the past. They've given us some grief. We've given them some grief. We got the last laugh last season. They've got the last laugh this season. But that's football. It's all swings and roundabouts. We could go up next season. Norwich could go down. But in all honesty, I've got a really good friend who's a Norwich YouTuber, which I really like him. And I actually think, like you said, the blueprint for Norwich is brilliant. He's great. And I've never actually hated Norwich, the football that they play. I really enjoy watching them play football, and especially in Championship, they've absolutely bossed it, haven't they? Class channel, class content, credit to you and Hal, mate. Thank you, Ben. Really, I really appreciate that. Let's hope you can have a proper attack at the Championship next season. Yes, Jack, I love that. I love that so much. What happens with the live streams from yourself next season in Championship? We are speaking about that at the moment because I'm going to want to go to at least all the home games. Might try and get to some away games as well, but I'm going to want to watch all the home games from Bramall Lane, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And we'll see. We might need to try and bring some more people into the channel. So if anybody is a big Sheffield United fan and you feel like you could be good on the watch along, let us know. Thank you very much, Isaac. Really appreciate that. Which players do you think will look to move on next season? I think we need to do a full video on that because really we're not just talking about the players who we're moving on. It could be players that Premier League clubs are wanting to buy because I'm sure we've got enough assets. I think Jack O'Connell's a big one. John Egan's a big one. There's quite a few. There's quite a few. So even Baldock being spoken about, Kean Bryan were being spoken about, even though I don't agree with that. It's a shame I won't be able to see the Sheffield derby next season. That's the only good thing about this season. The fact that Wednesday have not done very well either. Good luck next season from a QPR fan. I look forward to playing next season. Definitely, I've got a good mate who's a YouTuber called Hasty Games, who I'm sure will try and meet up with next season. I'm sure QPR are more than safe. Wish all the best for the Championship from Man United fan. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that. Hopefully we'll be coming back the season after and we'll be able to do more with Stretford Paddock as well because I'm big fan of Stretford Paddock. Adam and Stephen Howson are great guys. Unlucky lads, see you in two seasons in the Prem. Oh, wait, hopefully see you guys in 2 seasons in the Prem. Yeah, there we go. I'll still watch the content. Thank you very much. Nipun, I'm going to go with that. Big up, love, bro, from Ireland. Thank you very much. The Near Post podcast, really appreciate that. Good luck. You were unlucky this year. Yeah, a lot of bad luck with injuries, decisions, and we're just not playing very well. So when COVID is over and you need to rent the suite at the Lane for a live show, get some of the... Oh, that would be so good. That would be so good. What I am not enjoying at the moment is the fact that after the game, the Newcastle and the West Ham game are being shown at the moment. And technically, what nobody's actually said, which I wish I'd not brought up, West Ham have technically sent us down today, haven't they? I wish I'd not said that. But it's kind of true. Thank you very much, Leeds 2021. Really appreciate that. I know you're probably here for Hal, but it's nice anyway. Hal's a great bloke. Sheffield United are so bad. This is what I'm not missing for next season. The fact that you're not going to get these people just trolling you constantly. The Championship is full of a load of teams that are just enjoyable to kind of support and have respect, have mutual respect. And in the Premier League, it's just full of absolute morons. We'll be back. We will be back. Best of luck in the Championship. Don't deserve it. Okay. Cheers, Edward. Wise. Definitely not wise, are you? Can Brewster benefit playing in the Championship again to prepare for the Premier League return? I think so. Yeah, I think he'll come back a much better man. Thank you. Wilco does everything. Great season last season. Unlucky. Yeah, thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that, Callum. Not been good enough this season. Absolutely agree, Pete. Absolutely agree. It's not been enjoyable to watch, going to be honest. Oh my God! See, there's loads of people just trolling. It's shocking. It's just why have you? Why do you care? Why do you care if you're not a Sheffield United fan? Oh, it makes me laugh. Well, would you prefer Championship and fans? Oh, 100% fans. I'd rather be in League Two if that means the fans can go. I just love going to the game. Anyway, I think we're going to leave it roundabout here. As a Leeds fan, I hope you come straight back up next year. All rivalry and banter aside, Yorkshire is seriously underrepresented in the Premier League. Preach, Michael. Preach, mate. You're absolutely right. It's our own fault, isn't it? At the end of the day, Leeds have been out of the Premier League for a long time. We've been in the Premier League for 3 seasons in about 30, 40 years or whatever it is. No, not 30, 40. You know what I mean. Wednesday's not been in the Premier League for a very, very long time. I think it's just over 20 years. Barnsley, same. I actually hope Barnsley do well and go up because I'm a big fan of their manager and what they've done. So I would not mind if Barnsley went up. Yorkshire, let's do it. Let's do this. I love Yorkshire. Yes, mate. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for everybody being here. It's been a long video. It's been a long night. It's been a long season. But we've got to carry on. It's been, terrible. Absolutely terrible. But we'll carry on. We'll carry on doing these videos. We know people are enjoying them. Some people are enjoying them. Some people are here for the trolling. We don't mind. That's fine. Ellis Bennett, thank you very much. United through and through. Absolutely. Really appreciate that. So I'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Hopefully, let me think. What's coming up? The Pesky Salido podcast should be out next week. There's another couple of things we've got planned, which will be quite exciting. And then, obviously, I think it's the Brighton game next. So the Brighton preview will be coming up too. So don't forget to check this out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video / stream before you leave this video. Please, it really, really helps us out a lot. Trust me, a hell of a lot. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to leave you there and see you next time.